HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Everyday.
A call for unity among parliamentarians in addressing the country's social ills. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson. National Security Minister, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Nottage, described 2015 as a challenging year with a number of social ills plaguing society. In light of this, he urged parliamentarians to come together and find a common ground in addressing those problems. The national security boss said parliamentarians have become focused on what will happen in 2017, and it appears that some have lost focus on what should be happening now.
And so I would like to put out a challenge to members opposite, and I hope it's not a vain challenge, that we should try to find ways in which we can overcome those problems that confront us. The problems of crime, of unemployment, of ill health among our people, Mr. Speaker, which really need our attention. Rather than celebrate the fact that everybody is not aware of everything that's being done, I think we should concentrate on trying to find out how we can work together to get things done.
Two Cuban nationals who escaped from the Carmichael Road Detention Center early Saturday morning remain at large. Immigration Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says while the search continues for them, 6 Cubans were found off Gun Key and have been brought to the capital for processing. He says authorities have noticed an increase in the number of Cubans fleeing their homeland.
Now, this present uptick in numbers from Cuba is believed to be driven by a belief amongst Cubans that the United States, their preferred destination, is about to change its policy, which gives Cubans an automatic right to some form of residence once they reach the U.S. mainland.
Additionally, Mitchell said that 117 immigrants have been captured since Saturday. He said officers detained 47 people in Inagua and 70 that had made their way to Orange Creek, Cat Island. 147 detainees were repatriated to Haiti last week, and 105 are presently detained at the center. 59 Cubans, 21 Haitians, and 25 from other countries. Mitchell said he is reviewing recent rulings by the courts as it relates to immigration.
If those judgments are correct, as I said, would have each of those individuals have to go before a judge of the court to determine whether or not they can be, I can hold them, whether they can be repatriated to their home country, as opposed to the practice, which has been, rather than landing them, that they are repatriated to their country. People keep using this word deportation. Deportation is a term of art, a particular thing in law, which requires certain procedures. The procedure here is the persons are not landed and they are repatriated to their home countries. And it has always been assumed that that process does not bring into play the idea of natural justice. These rulings now seem to suggest that natural justice applies in these situations, and that we have to examine very carefully, because clearly this would lead to an overwhelming and breakdown of the system, which it appears is what the counsel for these individuals is intent on doing.
With the rollout of government's housing program set to come on stream early next year, officials at the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation are now in preparation mode. Its chairman, Senator the Honorable Alex Storr, says that significant strides have been made in 2015 to improve operations at BMC.
Things are going great at the Mortgage Corporation. What we're doing now is preparing for the government's full launch into the housing program. And in the meantime, we have increased our private portfolio. And the private portfolio is where we do loans for private houses, where persons may come in and get financing for either vacant property or house that's not government initiated.
But despite those improvements made, Storr says BMC is still challenged in getting the number of delinquent loans down, with a number of its 2,400 customers not in good standing. BMC encourages such clients to try and bring their accounts up to date.
Right now it's around about 39%, and like I said, we're working to get the numbers down. Now the only problem is during Christmas and during the summer when it's back to school, the numbers tend to spike. So we put programs in place to try and alleviate that. We have sent out letters and we've asked persons to come in. There have a number of persons who have been able to rewrite their mortgages because they're going through challenges. But what I always say is that if you're having a challenge, come in and call us and see somebody, because we don't know what difficulties you're going through, and so we may be able to help you, but we don't know if you don't contact us.